Somewhere right now, a 26-year-old in a rented Airbnb with a ring light is telling you that money can fall into your lap while you sleep. And he's showing you a screenshot of a bank balance that his course is what actually generated. That's the guru. Thousands of dollars rolling in while doing nothing, sipping something with an umbrella in it on a beach that isn't even his. Here's the hard-to-swallow pill. Passive income isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a work your butt off now to get paid later scheme, and 90% of what's being sold to you about it on social media isn't financial advice. It's marketing for a course. The people who actually built passive income streams are almost never the ones screaming about it in a rented Lamborghini. They're too busy collecting the money quietly. So today I'm walking you through 7 methods that actually work, and I'm not going to pretend any of them are free. Every one of them charges you up front in time, money, or both, and pays you back later. If you want the beach photo without the invoice, this isn't your video. Let's start with the one most of you are watching this on right now. YouTube is the world's second largest search engine, bigger than Bing, bigger than Yahoo, second only to its own parent company search bar. Google splits ad revenue with creators roughly 55 to 45 in the creator's favor, which means a video you uploaded 2 years ago, one you haven't thought about since, can still be quietly depositing money into your account this month. That's the oil well model. You drill once, and if you drilled in the right spot, it keeps producing without you touching it again. The catch, and there's always a catch, is that drilling the well is brutal. Research, scripting, filming, editing, thumbnail testing, getting it wrong repeatedly before you get it right. Nobody shows you the 18 videos that got 400 views. They show you the one that got 4 million. Right alongside this sits affiliate marketing, which is really just commission sales with a nicer name. You recommend a product, someone buys it through your link, you get a cut. It only works long-term if you recommend things you actually like, know, and trust, because your audience can smell desperation-driven promotion from a mile away, and once they smell it, they stop clicking anything you recommend, including the good stuff. Next tier up is what I'd call knowledge assets, and this is where the passion trap lives. The passion trap is when someone spends 8 months building an elaborate course with modules and quizzes and a community Discord, and it flops because they built the thing they were passionate about instead of the thing people were desperate to pay for. Compare that to something dead simple, an ebook or a spreadsheet. Low overhead, fast to build, easy to update. I give my budgeting spreadsheet away for free because trust compounds better than a $20 payment does. But plenty of people are out there charging $20 a pop for something that took them an hour to build. And if it solves a real problem, that's not a scam. That's just leverage. Build it once. Sell it 1,000 times. The math doesn't care how you feel about the product, only whether it solves something people are stuck on. Now let's talk about recurring revenue, because this is the difference between income and an actual business. Picture a chef, someone who spent 15 years mastering knife skills and flavor pairing, who starts a $5 a month membership teaching home cooks his techniques. One customer paying $5 a month is nothing. 1,000 customers paying $5 a month is $5,000 every single month, whether he posts a new video that week or not, because they already paid for access, not for a single transaction. That's the entire appeal of membership sites. You're not chasing new customers every day. You're retaining the ones you already convinced. And retention is dramatically cheaper than acquisition. The upfront cost here is trust building, usually months of free content proving you're worth paying before anyone hands you a recurring card number. Then there's the paper asset category, and this is where I want you to slow down because most people get this one wrong. A car is a liability. The second you drive it off the lot, it loses roughly 10% of its value, and it keeps bleeding money in gas, insurance, and repairs for as long as you own it. A dividend stock is the opposite. It's an asset that throws off cash whether you touch it or not. Say you own a stock yielding 4% annually on $10,000 invested. That's $400 a year showing up in your account without you lifting a finger, because you already did the lifting when you decided to invest instead of spend. Now layer in a dividend reinvestment plan, a DRIP, where instead of taking that cash out, you automatically use it to buy more shares. 100 shares earning dividends buys you a few more shares, which then earn their own dividends, which buy a few more shares. Over enough years, 100 shares can quietly become 108, 120 more, without you ever depositing another dollar of new capital. Put this inside a Roth IRA and the growth compounds tax-free, which is about as close to a cheat code as the tax code legally allows. Now the physical assets. And I need to correct something people get wrong constantly. A rental property is not passive income. I don't care what the late-night infomercial told you. Tenants call at 11 at night about broken water heaters, toilets clog, roofs need replacing. And if you think you're going to collect rent checks without touching anything, you're going to get a rude awakening the first time a pipe bursts. What is genuinely closer to passive is a real estate syndication, where you invest as a limited partner in a large apartment complex or commercial property that someone else is actively managing. You put in capital, they handle tenants, repairs, and operations, and you collect a share of the profits, often called mailbox money, because that's about the only involvement required from you. The trade-off is you need real capital to get in, usually tens of thousands of dollars minimum, and you're trusting someone else's management skill with your money. Last one, and it's the scrappiest on this list, the ATM side hustle. You buy or lease a machine, place it somewhere with foot traffic, a bar, a laundromat, a barbershop, and every time someone pulls cash out, you collect a surcharge, usually $2 to $3 a transaction. It's a vending machine for cash, and your inventory is literally your own money sitting in a metal box. I talked to a guy named Malik who runs a small route of these machines, and he'll tell you straight up it's semi-passive at best. You still have to drive around refilling cash, clear the occasional bill jam, and deal with a broken card reader. It's not zero effort, but compared to a 9 to 5, it's close. And the margins on a busy machine can be surprisingly good. So here's the summary, and I want it to actually sink in. Passive is a lie without active beginnings. Every single one of these 7 methods demanded upfront work, upfront capital, or both, before a single dollar showed up without effort attached. The people who understand this build multiple streams over years, stacking a YouTube channel on top of dividend stocks, on top of a small syndication investment, so that by the time they're in their 40s, several oil wells are pumping at once. And if you're in your 30s right now wondering why this matters, it's because Social Security isn't going to be the safety net your grandparents had, and pensions are mostly extinct. Savers are losers in an inflationary environment, sitting in cash while prices climb around them. Builders of passive income streams are the ones still standing when the tide goes out. Do the boring work now and let it pay you later.